most people believe: that to gain respect, they must speak. They believe respect is requested, pleaded for, or demanded through words, titles, or noise. They are wrong. The purest form of respect is not heard. It is felt. It is a frequency. It is the energy that remains in a room when you stop trying to impress others. Kings do not shout to be heard. Their very presence causes the noise of others to fade. This is not about being alpha or aggressive. This is about something much deeper. It is about the architecture of status. Chapter 1: The Law of Occupancy and Physical Gravity. Have you ever noticed how someone with fear moves? Their movements are fast, erratic, short. They occupy the smallest space possible, as if they were apologizing for existing. They tuck their elbows in. They cross their legs. They shrink. The first pillar of silent respect is the right of occupation. Authority is slow. High-status individuals are never in a hurry because they know the world will wait for them. Think of a predator in the wild. A lion does not fidget. It does not adjust its mane every 5 seconds. It is still. Move your body as if you were moving through water. Every gesture must be deliberate. When you eliminate unnecessary movement, you eliminate visual anxiety. By taking up space, you are signaling to the ancient parts of the human brain that you are not a threat to be managed, but a force to be reckoned with. Expand your posture, not to intimidate, but to show that you are comfortable in your own skin. The world belongs to those who act like they belong in it. Chapter 2: The Strategic Silence and the Vacuum of Power. The most common mistake of the weak is the need to fill the void. They fear silence because silence requires self-assurance. When there is a gap in a conversation, the insecure man feels he must entertain to be accepted. He rambles. He explains himself when no one asked for an explanation. But the man who commands respect uses silence as a weapon of precision. When someone asks you a question, do not answer instantly. Wait 2 seconds. Look them in the eyes with a calm, neutral expression. Those 2 seconds communicate a powerful message. I am processing what you said, but I am not under your control. In the game of status, the one who speaks first to break the tension loses the position of power. Silence creates a vacuum, and in that vacuum, the other person's insecurities will begin to leak out. They will speak more to fill the gap, revealing their hand, while you remain an unreadable fortress. Remember, he who speaks the least is often imagined to be the most powerful. Chapter 3: The Biology of Dominance, Cortisol and Serotonin. To command respect, you must understand the chemistry of the room. When a person is stressed, their body is flooded with cortisol. This leads to high-pitched voices, rapid blinking, and shallow breathing. When you see this in others, you must do the opposite. You must become the calm center of the storm. Deep, diaphragmatic breathing is your invisible tool. When you breathe deeply, you lower your own heart rate, and through a psychological phenomenon called emotional contagion, you begin to lower the heart rate of those around you. If you can stay calm while others are panicking, they will instinctively look to you for leadership. You don't need to tell them you are in charge. Their biology will tell them for you. You become the lighthouse in the fog. Chapter 4. The Reactive Shield. Becoming untouchable. Control is the ultimate currency of respect. The world will constantly try to provoke you. People will test your boundaries with subtle insults, or they will try to rush you to see if you crack. The moment you react emotionally, you have given them your power. If someone insults you and you get angry, you have validated their opinion. If someone tries to rush you and you move faster, you have acknowledged their authority over your time. True power is the ability to remain unreactive. When provoked, instead of flinching, simply observe. Look at the person as if they were a curious laboratory specimen. A slight tilt of the head, a calm gaze, no anger, no defense. When you do not react, you become untouchable. You signal that your internal state is governed by you, and only you. This is the hallmark of a leader. Chapter 5. The Predator's Gaze and the Art of Breaking Contact. Eye contact is not about staring like a madman. It is about retention. Most people avert their eyes the moment a social interaction becomes heavy. They look down. They look at their phones. They break the connection because they cannot handle the intimacy of being seen. If you want instant respect, learn to hold your gaze for just 1 second longer after the other person has looked away. That final second is the moment you claim the psychological territory. But there is a secret to this power. You must be the one who decides when the interaction is over. Do not wait for permission to leave a conversation. When the value has been exchanged, simply nod and turn away slowly. The person who walks away first is the one who holds the higher status in the subconscious mind of the observer. Never be the one left standing, waiting for the other to leave. Chapter 6. The Mastery of Tempo and Personal Time. Time is a construct that the powerful manipulate. High-status individuals dictate the tempo of their environment. If you speak too fast, you sound desperate to be heard. If you walk too fast, you look like you are running away from your own life. Observe the masters. They speak in measured sentences. They allow for pauses between thoughts. This forces the listener to lean in, to pay attention, and to value every word that is eventually spoken. When you control your tempo, you signal that your time is more valuable than the urgency of the moment. You are not a slave to the clock. You are the master of your own rhythm. Chapter 7. The Architecture of the Shadow. To be respected, you must maintain a degree of mystery. In a world where everyone shares everything on social media, the person who remains private is seen as fascinating and dangerous. Do not explain your plans. Do not talk about your next move. Do not complain about your problems. A man who complains is a man who is seeking pity, and pity is the opposite of respect. When you keep your life behind a veil, people will fill that veil with their own imaginations of your greatness. Be a closed book. Let them wonder. Let them speculate. The less they know about your weaknesses, the more they will fear your strengths. Chapter 8. The Aesthetic of Power. Your visual presentation is the silent introduction that happens before you open your mouth. It is not about expensive clothes. It is about intentionality. The way you groom yourself, the way you carry your frame, the fit of your attire. These are all nonverbal cues. They signal order, discipline, and attention to detail. If you cannot take care of your own presentation, Why should the world believe you can take care of larger responsibilities? Respect the mirror, and the world will respect the man standing in front of it. Chapter 9. The Paradox of Needs. The ultimate secret to commanding respect is the ability to walk away. If you need a deal, if you need a person, or if you need approval too much, you have no power. Respect flows to those who are willing to walk away from anything that does not align with their standards. This is the law of least interest. The person who is least dependent on the outcome is the one who controls the negotiation. Develop a life so full and a mission so large that no single interaction can break your spirit. When you truly don't need their validation, that is exactly when they will give it to you. Conclusion. The internal mirror. In the end, all these techniques are useless if you do not respect yourself. You cannot trick the world into respecting you if you do not feel like a king in the mirror. External respect is simply a reflection of your internal reality. Start by respecting your own time, your own body, and your own word. When you stop betraying yourself, the world will stop ignoring you. You are the mind designer. You are the architect. Now, go and build your empire in silence.